8652. What will occur if an aircraft attitude is changed by its autopilot system in order to correct for an error and the involved control surfaces are returned to streamline by the time the aircraft has reached its correct position? A. Overshoot and oscillation. B. Undershoot and oscillation. C. Normal operation. The correct answer is C. The displacement follow-up in an autopilot system generates a signal that corresponds to the detected error. It halts the movement of the control surface once the desired displacement is achieved. In the case of the left wing dropping, the gyro detects the error and transmits a signal to the aileron servo, causing the left aileron to move downward. As the aileron adjusts in proportion to the extent of the wing's drop, the follow-up system generates a signal that is equal in amplitude but opposite in polarity to the error signal, effectively nullifying it. Despite the aileron remaining deflected and the wing still lowered, the autopilot ceases to command further aileron deflection since the signals have balanced each other out. As the aerodynamic forces bring the wing back to a level flight position, an opposite error signal is gradually negated. By the time the wing reaches level flight, the aileron is in its streamlined position, resulting in no overshooting or oscillation. 8653. What component of an autopilot system applies torque to the control surfaces of an aircraft? A. Servo. B. Controller. C. Gyro. The correct answer is A. The component of an autopilot system that applies torque to the control surfaces of an aircraft is the servo. Option A is the correct answer. The servo is responsible for converting the electrical signals from the autopilot controller into mechanical movement that actuates the control surfaces, such as the ailerons, elevators, and rudder. It applies torque to the control surfaces to move them and thereby control the aircraft's attitude, heading, altitude, and other flight parameters. 8654. What is the main purpose of a servo in an autopilot system? A. Correct for displacement of the axis. B. Change mechanical energy to electrical energy. C. Move the control surface as commanded. The correct answer is C. The main purpose of a servo in an autopilot system is to move the control surface as commanded. Option C is the correct answer. A servo is an electromechanical device that receives electrical signals from the autopilot controller and converts them into mechanical movement. It is responsible for actuating the control surfaces, such as the ailerons, elevators, and rudder, to control the aircraft's attitude and flight parameters. When the autopilot system commands a change in the aircraft's attitude or flight path, the servo receives the appropriate electrical signal and moves the control surface accordingly. This movement translates into changes in the aerodynamic forces acting on the aircraft, resulting in the desired adjustments in heading, altitude, or other flight parameters. 8664. When would a U.S. resident not be required to hold a Federal Communications Commission (FCC) restricted radio telephone operator permit to operate two-way aircraft VHF radio equipment? A. When flying to or communicating with destinations outside the United States. B. When flying or communicating within the United States. C. When the radio equipment is operated in aircraft certified for VFR flight only. The correct answer is B. A U.S. resident would not be required to hold a Federal Communications Commission (FCC) restricted radio telephone operator permit to operate two-way aircraft VHF radio equipment when flying or communicating within the United States. 8665. Part of the ADF system used on aircraft includes A. RMI indicator antenna. B. Marker beacon antenna. C. Sense and loop antennas. The correct answer is C. Part of the ADF, automatic direction finder, system used on aircraft includes the sense and loop antennas.